funny you should ask. There is an April 9th, 2022 article on the website Slate entitled, "So Let's Talk About Republicans and Sex Crimes," and Republicans' embrace of people who commit sex crimes and their tolerance of people who commit sex crimes. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz sex trafficked an underage girl and paid her for sex. There's a House ethics probe going on about that because he left his Venmo public. Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore from the state of Alabama for years had targeted teenage girls in shopping malls. And knowing that information, the Alabama GOP nominated him to be a Senate candidate anyway. Republican Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio covered up the sexual abuse of dozens of college student athletes when he was an assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State. The longest serving speaker in House history, the history of the House of Representatives, Dennis Hastert, I think he was from Illinois. He's in prison right now. He had molested several young men. I think he was also a wrestling coach, if I'm not mistaken. But that's not what he went to prison for. He went to prison for trying to pay them off so that they would remain silent about him. Then we have 2006, Florida Representative Mark Foley was sending sexually explicit messages and propositioned teenage male congressional pages. Who can forget Donald Trump with a couple dozen, if not more, sexual harassment, sexual assault, civil lawsuits against him. Last year, he was adjudicated a rapist by a jury in Manhattan. And we all saw his Access Hollywood tape. Let's see who, and for 15 years, Donald Trump's best friend in West Palm Beach, Florida, was one Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. So when you're talking about, do lefties like Diddy? I don't. I don't know anybody on the left who approves of, in any way, shape, or form, the absolutely horrific sexual abuse, sex trafficking, racketeering alleged against Diddy, Sean Combs. And that's not even to address Republicans and evangelicals overlooking unimaginable amounts of sexual abuse against young women, girls, and children committed in the church. I mean, it's like if the phrase youth pastor appears after your name, I've said it so many times before. If kids got raped at Denny's as often as they did at church, it would be illegal to take kids to Denny's. Republicans don't give a shit about people who do this kind of stuff. They embrace them, they welcome them, they forgive them, they blame and shame the victims. That's the Republican and evangelical way. That's the way it works on the right.